Hey, this is Ryan from Know Your Car. Today we're going to talk about the whole cold air intake myth, right? Everybody's like, yeah, stick a cold air intake on your car and get all sorts of crazy horsepower gains and all this, like 15 horsepower. Um, Go ahead and start off by saying that's not possible. It's just not. Without a tune on your car, it's not possible. So the first thing I want to talk about as far as cold air intakes, adding an aftermarket intake to your car, like I'm going to use my buddy Ryan's 350Z here. He stuck a cold air intake from Z1 on. Yeah, it looks cool, it looks badass, and it looks like it adds a whole lot of horsepower. Now, to his credit, this was a few years ago, so I won't hold that against him too much. But okay, if you look at the intake setup right here, it's going to come out of the throttle body right here, right? This is your engine. This is where your heat is. So putting your cone filter right where all the heat is doesn't really make sense, right? This is where all the heat in your engine is. It's going to draw the hot air, okay? Now right here you can see where kind of the old intake went. It sucked right out here, came right up through the bumper, pulled legitimately cold air into the intake. You know, it works. Like OEM stuff is designed to work efficiently, and efficient means power, right? In most situations, as far as OEM goes, efficiency means reliable. It works the way it's designed to work. So again, unless you tune with that kind of intake setup, you're not going to see any kind of horsepower gains. Now, along those same lines, you're going to get heating in your piping, right? So adding a metal pipe, everybody's like, yeah, get a bigger diameter, get this, that, the other. Adding a metal pipe here is just going to absorb more heat than the plastic piping would, right? So on that same lines, on those same lines of bigger diameter piping, you've got to realize that your mass airflow sensor in cars is designed to work a certain way. It's designed to read a certain amount of air for a certain diameter pipe, right? So if you change the diameter of that pipe and you add a big, huge pipe, it's going to throw off the readings of your mass airflow sensor, right? So what that does is, in most cases, actually leans out your motor. Now, some people say that running lean makes more power. Frankly, that is bullshit. You know, it doesn't make more power to run lean, right? You're providing less air, less oxygen to burn. That's what this is all about. It ignites the fuel mixture and then it uses oxygen to burn. So you take oxygen away from that and it doesn't burn. Now, as far as running lean, sorry, I kind of fucked that all up. As far as running lean, it's going to pull fuel away, right? Which is less to burn, right? So you can keep putting the same amount of oxygen in, but without the amount of fuel, you're going to take some of the burn away, right? So again, you're losing power here. And not to mention, when you run lean, it creates more heat. That's more wear in your pistons, your piston rings. That's actually going into your heads and your block and heating up your motor, and heat makes less power. You know, it's less dense air. Cold air has more oxygen molecules per square inch, per square, whatever you want to call it, than hot air does, right? So again, you're just losing power here. Okay, so again, here you're pulling in hot air instead of where it was, you were pulling in cold air. So already you're taking away the efficiency of the motor. Again, you know, these car manufacturers, they have engineers that design this stuff to work efficiently, so you're already losing power, okay? Now the second thing is, as far as NA motors go, naturally aspirated motors, meaning no turbo, no supercharged, no nitrous, no nothing. They're only capable of pulling in so much air, right? They can't pull in more air on their own, okay? So if you add a bigger diameter pipe, you add a high flow filter, trust me on this. I went to school, you know, I went to school for high performance. I learned this stuff, so, you know, hopefully take my word for it. If not, do your own research. You'll find out the same thing. Okay, so lost my train of thought here. Where was I?
Bigger pot.
Bigger pipe. Is that where I was? Completely lost my train of thought.
Your pulse.
Yeah, that's fine. What was I talking about? Alright, so now that I'm back from losing my train of thought, what we were talking about was forced induction basically in NA motors. You know, NA motors can only pull in so much air, okay, on their own. That's what turbos are for. They're going to push more air in, right? You're going to add more air, more oxygen molecules in that little small space in the combustion chamber, and then, you know, getting bigger injectors and all that, you're going to add more fuel. So eventually you're going to create a bigger burn, a longer burn, you're going to create more horsepower, right? So if you add a bigger diameter pipe, you add a high flow filter, which I don't know what this is, maybe eBay, not sure, but a high flow filter, we're going to put it, it's not going to pull in more air, believe it or not. You might think it will because it's easier, but whether it's going to be a little bit more high flowing or not, that stock intake is designed to work a certain way again, right? So regardless of how high flow it is, the bigger diameter piping, your engine is going to pull in the same amount of air, right? It's going to draw a vacuum. When that cylinder comes down in the combustion chamber, it draws a vacuum, it pulls in air. That's all it is, right? So the engine is going to pull in the same amount of air regardless. Now, no matter how hard it has to work, it's going to pull the same amount of air in. So again, bigger diameter, high flow, filter, whatever you want to talk about, it doesn't make a difference. You're not going to see any horsepower gains. Now, I know a lot of you have actually seen the video Mighty Car Mods put out, right? Cool video. They took an R34 Skyline Mario Kart Edition, stuck it on the dyno and tested out a cold air intake, right? It actually made less power than it did stock. Stock, I think it made 227 horse. They put this cold air intake thing on and all this stuff, and it made less horsepower until they actually took the intake, ran it through where the headlight was, and stuck it out in front of the bumper, right where the fan was. And then, oh yeah, guess what? It made the same horsepower as stock. So again, just kind of an overview. We're going to pull in hot air here. You're not really gaining anything but hot air. That's less oxygen per square inch. Your engine's going to end up running leaner, which creates more heat, less power. It's a simple concept. You know, so it's better just to leave the stock system in, unless you're going to somehow run it down into the front bumper where it's literally coming on cold air. You know, if you're going to do that, don't drive through any, you know, foot-tall water puddles, because you're going to hydrolock your motor, right? Nobody wants that. But if you're just riding around in the rain, I wouldn't worry about it. If a little, you know, mist gets on here, it's not going to hurt anything, you know? So basically, you know, that's your deal with NA motors. Now, in boosted cars, it works a little bit differently. You're still not going to get crazy horsepower gains, but it's going to increase the sound of your turbo, which, of course, everybody's like, yes, turbo sound, that's great. You know, obviously, since it makes more noise, it creates more horsepower. You know, that's what most car guys, obviously, that's a known fact, whatever. But again, even with a turbo car, unless you're increasing the boost levels, it's still not going to pull in more air. It's not going to, unless you tune it, right? So along those lines, everybody says tuning your car with an intake creates more power. Well, honestly, it has nothing to do with this intake. It doesn't. Tuning your car, you're doing things like advancing the timing, putting more fuel in certain places, leaning it out in other places. On turbo cars, you're increasing the boost levels, you're allowing it to pull more air in, or should I say force more air in. Same with a supercharged car. And so you're going to make more power, and then you add more fuel with that you know, bigger amount of air that you're pulling in. So again, the tune itself, you know, that's what makes the power. The cold air intake, the ram air intake, whatever you want to call it, that doesn't make more power. It's the tune itself that's changing the way your car is running and changing the volumetric efficiency, right? So, you know, before we get too deep into that, I'm going to do some other videos about volumetric efficiency, about air-fuel ratios, why they work the way they do, where you should be with boosted cars, with naturally aspirated cars. Anyway, going to do a whole other video on that, so check out my YouTube channel later. But again, if you have any questions, if I wasn't really clear on stuff, I know I'm all over the place, I got ADD like crazy, message me, comment on the video, do whatever you feel like doing. I'm going to have a link to my blog, I'm going to have a link to other videos eventually, things like that. As for right now though, skip the cold air intake, unless you want to look cool, and if you have a boosted car, if you want it to sound better, and you know, an NA car sounds deeper, according to some people, stay away from the cold air intakes. You're wasting your money. You really are. So, thanks for watching, guys, and stay tuned for more videos.